Testing, testing. Hey, everyone joining in. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Abigail. Thank you for the heartbeat. Where's my pen? Can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. You can hear me perfect. Everybody can hear me. Thank you. Just giving everybody a minute to come on in. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hello, Dr. Brooke. Good evening. Thank you for the gifts, everybody. Once again, now that I have you guys here, hey, Miss A, how you doing? Miss A, I think you need to message me, or did we already confirm, Miss A? Hey, everyone, thank you for joining Office Hours with Dr. Johnson. Thank you for the heartbeat. Um, Before I bring my guest up, I just want to acknowledge you all. While the guest is speaking, I don't want to, continue cutting them off. So I just want to acknowledge you all from now until you thank you from now. If you see me doing a thumbs up or praying hands, that's me acknowledging you without interrupting the speaker. So just checking in, Miss A. I think you're supposed to. Did we already confirm everything, Miss A? I can't remember. I need to check our inbox. But inbox me if anything, Miss A. Wow, and I'm giving it away with me. As you guys know, I like to keep my guests a surprise. But Miss A, I just saw. How's the weather in Jamaica? The weather in Jamaica is good, you guys. I just touched down in Jamaica a little bit earlier on. Office hours on a Saturday. Yes, office hours on a Saturday. I'm trying to stay consistent. I do have a goal to be consistent with my content and my lives for the next 30 days. Well, no, I'm in a 30-day stretch right now. So I have a specific day of when I'm trying to just, continue being consistent and hold my word to what I originally agreed on. So yes, office hours on Saturday, and we'll resume again next week on, I think it's Monday or Tuesday, with another familiar face. So thank you guys for joining in. Dr. Brooke, I don't know if Dr. Brooke is still here, but Dr. Brooke, I am so proud of you and I'm so happy for you for starting your series. If you need any support, if you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But I'm looking forward to your series on mental health. You all, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So let's make sure our mental health is A1, please. Yes, yes, I'm excited for her new series. No problem, Dr. Brooke. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm praying that everything goes well. So we're just gonna give our speaker just a minute to join up. But everyone, thank you for coming to Office Hours with Dr. Johnson on a Saturday, weekend office hours. Hey, if any of you went to college, you know that if you had a professor and you got them on the weekend, you know it was major. So yes, office hours on a Saturday for today, definitely. How is my audio? Is my audio good? Thank you for liking the live and thank you for the gifts. Is my audio good? Thank you for liking the live, Miss A. Oh, okay, it is good. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just want to make sure before I bring my guests up. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. How is everyone's Saturday going so far? Dr. Brooke, are you let me ask you something, Dr. Brooke. Do you have a series of guests already planned out, or do you have just your first, well, maybe that's kind of giving it away or being too much in your business, but do you have your guests already lined up, and are you going to be going every Wednesday, or are you going to have specific days? She said, "Black girl say something that inspired me." Thank you so much for saying that, Dr. Brooke. So for those of you joining in, yes, office hours with Dr. Johnson on a weekend, a Saturday office hours with Dr. Johnson on the weekend. We're just giving our speaker a moment to hop on. they said to give them a moment, so we're just waiting for the speaker to hop on. As you guys are jumping in, don't forget to grab your daily heartbeat. You guys, I'm just still getting used to telling people to grab this and do this and do this. I'm just used to jumping on and just talking. So everyone, don't forget, as you're jumping in, grab your daily heartbeat. Hey Jaquel, how you doing? Hey Professor, hey, how you doing? Hey Sophia, thank you for grabbing your daily heartbeat. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you everyone for joining in. We're just giving our speaker a moment to get himself ready or get their self ready for the conversation that we're about to have. I'm looking forward to this conversation because thank you for the heartbeat. Before I bring the speaker up, I just want to say I'm going to either be doing a thumbs up or a praying hands, acknowledging you guys in the comments. I don't want to interrupt the speaker, so if you see a thumbs up or a praying hands, that's what I'm doing. I'm acknowledging you guys. Okay, but for right now, thank you for the gifts, thank you for the heartbeat, thank you for sharing the live, everyone joining in. We're just going to give our speaker a moment to get ready to come on up. Thank you for liking the live. How is everyone's Saturday going so far? Sophia, Dr. Sophia, how's your Saturday going so far? Oh, Dr. Brooks said, yes, I have guests lined up each Wednesday in May. I love that. And guess what? I think you were intentional about launching it in May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I like how you did that. I like how you did that. I'm so excited. And guess what? When I originally told you, oh, you need to start a series, I was just kind of joking because I thought maybe it was putting too much work on you, Dr. Brooke. But guess what? I'm glad I was able to inspire you. And I don't even want to say inspire. I want to say I'm glad I was able to motivate you to start your own series. Okay? Because I know your series is going to go into a whole other direction, which is what the community needs. So thank you for that. Let me tell you, thank you, Dr. Brooke. Dr. Sophia said, my Saturday is going great. How are you doing? My Saturday is going good. You guys, I just touched down in Jamaica. I got here earlier on and I'm still here. I had a couple speakers who confirmed some dates with me, and it just so happens that some of those dates align while I'm here in Jamaica. So I am here in Jamaica. I'll be here for a month and a week. Your professor had to take a break. America was Americaning too much on me. So I'm here in Jamaica. I'm on vacation, but I'm still want to be consistent. I still want to produce my content. I still want to, I have a lot to say. So I am here in Jamaica. I was traveling this morning, but I'm here. I'm good. I reached safely. After I get off the slab, I'm about to go eat. I think my grandma made me some curry chicken and white rice and fried breadfruit. So after this live, I'm gonna go eat. Yes, a break is definitely good sometimes. And the better question is, why didn't you invite me to Jamaica? Dr. Brooke, if you would have fit into the suitcase, you could have come. If you would have fit into the suitcase, Dr. Brooke, you could have come. Oh, Dr. Sophia said she loved curry chicken. I love my curry chicken. You know, the other day I saw somebody eating curry chicken with rice and peas the other day. You're not really supposed to eat it with rice and peas. You're supposed to eat it with white rice. But hey, to each his own. To each his own. Jacquel, how you eat your curry chicken? You eat your curry chicken with white rice, or you eat your curry chicken with rice and peas? Yeah, my accent is coming up because I'm home. I'm in the 876, Jacquel. I am in the 876. But for the interview, I'm gonna control it. No, they didn't want to. They didn't know. They didn't want what to say. Rice and peas. You see, look, some people eat it with rice and peas. I like my curry chicken with white rice. I like my brown stew chicken with rice and peas, but I like my curry chicken with white rice. Y'all, just bear with me. We're giving our guests a moment just to get ready for them to come up on the live. But thank you for coming in early, and thank you for engaging, and thank you for grabbing your daily heartbeat, and thank you for supporting my content once again. Just rice and curry chicken. Okay, Dr. Sophia, just rice and curry chicken. Okay. So once again, for those of you just joining in, Office Hours with Dr. Johnson. Today I have a guest who is coming up. We're going to have a great conversation. We're going to have a healthy conversation. And it kind of ties into healthcare and some other stuff that this person will be doing. So I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm looking forward to sharing this conversation with you all. Hey, Aaron, thank you for joining. As you guys are coming in, don't forget to grab your daily heartbeat.
Oh, boy.
Mr. Bernard, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for giving me a couple minutes. I appreciate it.
No problem, no problem. I was just telling everybody this is Office Hours with Dr. Johnson on a Saturday. Normally I do this during the week, but things happen. So I just wanted to make sure that we were still able to get on here and have this conversation, this healthy conversation with Mr. Bernard Taylor. So how are you doing today so far, sir?
Oh man, doing well. A lot of work today.
No, I'm sure. Guess what?
Did some
Everybody,
campaigning, cut some grass. It's been a long day.
yeah, everybody's feeling like that. Everybody's grabbing their head and shaking their hair. But guess what? Sometimes, life, but we just got to keep going, right?
Absolutely.
Well, first and foremost, I just want to tell you before we get into it, I just want to thank you for your time and thank you for coming on and stepping into office hours with Dr. Johnson so we could have this conversation. For the community, it's important that the topics that we're going to discuss are consistently heard and consistently shared. So, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time to come and speak with me and step into my world a little bit. So, I just want to jump right into it. Well, first, I want to jump into your giving a brief introduction, and then we can just touch on your educational and professional background. You can take it away.
All right, guys. Well, for those of you who don't know me, don't follow me. My name is Bernard Taylor. I am a firefighter paramedic down here in the state of Florida. I'm also running for Congress here in the state of Florida as well. So, a little bit about me again, born and raised in Miami. Florida's been my home my whole life. To do what I can to make a positive impact and be a positive influence on the community and give back every way that I can.
Hmm. Nice. I love that. Well, just jumping into, I'm big on education. I'm big on professional development. So I just want to start off with the career. Can you just briefly explain to us the training process that it took for you to be a firefighter? What was that like?
So here, everywhere is different depending on what state you're in. So for
Hmm.
here, you have to have at least an EMT license. So I had to go to EMT school, get an EMT certification. That took about 3 or 4 months. I did an accelerated program.
Okay.
Once you become an EMT, you can either go get your paramedic license right after, or you can attend the fire academy. I chose to go to the fire academy right after the EMT. That way, I could start my career. I can be hired as a firefighter EMT and then pursue my paramedic license to be able to upgrade later on. So once I did EMT for 4 months, I went to the fire academy where I did another accelerated program. So I did the fire academy in a little bit over 3 months. So after about 6.5, 7 months, I was fully ready to start working. And once I got a job, I went back to paramedic school and I finished that in 10 months. So all in all, I want to say it took about just under 2 years to get all the certifications I needed to work in my career.
Nice. I like that. We're just sticking with the career. What do you enjoy the most about working within healthcare or just working as a first responder overall? What do you enjoy the most?
The best part is, man, just getting to help people, getting to serve the community, getting to be there. You got to understand when people call 911, it's never a good day. Nobody's never calling 911 just to say hi. So you're always going to someone when they're probably at one of their lowest points in their life, and just to be able to help them, just to be able to provide some hope, just to be able to get them to the place they need in order to get the help that they need,
Right.
and just making a difference, man. It's nothing like it.
Right. Right. So just briefly, could you describe the difference between a firefighter and an EMT? For those in the chat, just briefly describe the difference between a firefighter and an EMT or a paramedic.
So when you're talking about EMT and paramedics, so that's more so the healthcare professionals. So your EMT and paramedics, they're on what we call rescues, or what most people know as an ambulance. So the
Hmm.
EMT and the paramedic, they do the medical work as far as on the ambulance on the rescue. So they're the first response before you get to the hospital. They provide the initial life saving care, the initial first care, first step before you get to the hospital. The only difference between that and the firefighter actually is the one that we go into the burning buildings. We're cutting people out of cars. We're doing the rope rescue, the technical rescues in order to get the people to where we can provide them with medical care. That's why here in the state of Florida, most you don't just have firefighters. Every firefighter is at least an EMT. We have a very huge elderly population, so 90% of our calls here in Florida are medically related.
Hmm.
So you won't just find firefighters only in Florida. Every firefighter here is at least an EMT. If you're down in South Florida, you at least a paramedic.
Nice. So let me ask you something. If you had to pivot into another career path within healthcare, what would it be? With your professional
Oh my,
experience, your educational training,
oh,
what would you pivot into?
I'll go straight to nursing. Right now, I can take a bridge program and have my nursing license in about a year. So
Mm,
that's something I'm going to do later on down the line as I get more into my career and where I want to be in my career. I'm eventually going
mhm.
to pick up that bridge program and have that nursing license because eventually this body wears down like with everything. I ain't gonna be able to
Right.
jump on and off that fire truck. So going to want to have something to do later on in life, and having that nursing license is always good.
Nice. I like that. We're just staying on the topic of this mental health and healthcare. The healthcare field is taxing on us as healthcare professionals, especially as first responders like yourself. Could you just share some of the things that you do to stay on top of your mental health overall, to kind of help you wind down from the stressors of the job?
Oh man, I'm a big movie guy. I love watching movies. I'm also a big video game guy. So I'm in my house. I'm playing video games.
Hmm.
Also creating content. The whole reason I started creating content 4 years ago was to help deal with the things that I see. Comedy is a great mental health relief, and to sometimes the dark humor in our job helps us to stay level headed, stay grounded. So I started my whole content career based upon just keeping my mental health, where it needed to be. And here we are about 5 years later, 4 or 5 years later, and
Hmm.
I've built enough following. I've inspired people to go get their fire certs, get their EMT licenses, get their paramedic licenses. So
Hmm.
it's giving me way more than I thought it was going to be. So
Nice. I like that. Well, speaking of you doing content for the past 4 to 5 years, when someone comes to your page or your various pages, what do you want their main takeaway to be from your content, your intentional content?
again, I started the whole thing is just to provide people with laughs, man. That was my initial goal at first. As I got more into it, and I opened up more because I'm naturally an introvert. So as I began to open up more,
Hmm.
begin to express myself more, I began to talk about things that I felt were important, things that affected my community, things that I felt that needed to be talked about. Now that I had a platform, and now that I had a large enough audience to be able to voice these things and bring light to certain situations. So
Right, right.
got the audience, and once you get the audience, now you give them what you really want to give them. So,
Hmm. Hmm. I like that. Well, I want to jump into some of the things you're working on right now. More importantly, what made you decide to run for office?
well, like you touched on earlier, man, America really American right now. they
Mm.
is really American right now.
I didn't realize you heard me say that?
I heard that part. America is American right now.
Hmm.
But no, man, just everything that's been going on over the past year has touched my life one way or another. Whether it's the immigration, being that my wife is the daughter of a Haitian immigrant,
Hmm.
so that whole debacle
Hmm.
that kind of affected me a little bit. Then my son being autistic, and
Hmm.
the possibility of them attacking the Department of Education.
Hmm.
No, I can't. Obviously, that again affected my life. Everything going on with the economy. I have a retirement plan and a pension plan, so when the stock go down, that's not looking good for my retirement. You get what I'm saying? So, and then not to mention just every other thing. Like I said, I work in the back of a rescue, so I'm working in the medical field, and I know the importance of Medicare and Social Security for a lot of my patients that I serve, and a lot of them, if they don't have Medicaid or Social Security, they'll be homeless.
Hmm.
I mean, at one point it becomes where you just stop talking about things and decide to take action. So I want to be able to say that I did everything I could. I at least tried to take some action. I don't want to leave this place with a regret.
Right. I like that. What change would you like to see within our community, or the community the district you will be serving? What change do you want to see overall?
Overall, man, I just think it's just need to get back to representing people.
Hmm.
Right now, politicians represent whoever gives them the most money.
Hmm.
And I'm not looking to get rich. I'm a very simple person. Like I said, me and all I need is a roof over my head and an Xbox, and I'm very happy. So I don't worry about being rich. Um, so I feel like it should be more people like myself that's in there to actually make a difference and represent the people, and not represent the donors and the big corporations, but actually represent what's good for the community and what's good for the people. So
Right.
that's just how I look at it.
I like that. Let me ask you something. Do you feel as though the current political climate has an impact over your congressional race, and why? Why or why not?
No, because I'm not afraid. Like you say, it's a bunch of people up there afraid. Again, they're afraid of not being reelected. They're afraid of losing power.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't act. People want to stay in power. You see, we got politicians that's in office until they're 80. They die in office. Like
Right.
ain't nobody trying to do that. Like if I do, when I win, speaking into existence. When I win,
When you win,
if I
speaking
get
it into existence.
if I only get 2 years, okay, I'm gonna be good. As long as I did the best I could them 2 years. If they don't feel like I did good them 2 years, vote me out and get somebody else in there to do it. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be in there forever again. I love my career. I don't plan on stopping when I do win. I'm still going to be a firefighter. I'm still going to be in my community on the back of that ambulance. So
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm still going to be doing what I love to do.
Nice.
That's,
Nice.
that's just how I feel. It's more people that are just, again, not in there for power, not in there for money, but actually in there to be representatives of the people.
And actually want change. I like that. Let me ask you something. Um, what advice would you give somebody who wants to run for office, who doesn't have a political background? For example, like us, we have a healthcare background, but we're big on change and we're big on community involvement. What advice would you give somebody who wants to run for office of some sort, either senator or commissioner? What advice would you give them pivoting into the political space?
Even something small as your local like city councilman, school
Right,
board, like all these things affect our community, and we don't participate in these things enough. We complain about the things that happen in our schools, but we don't run for school board. We don't go to school board meetings.
right,
We complain about things that happen in the city, but ask somebody when the last time they went to a city hall meeting. Ask them
okay,
who they know who they sent council people names even are. You know what I'm
right,
saying? If you're gonna jump into this field, make sure you research, make sure you learn, make sure you learn about the office that you want to take and the requirements, and then talk to the people. Talk to the people and ask them what they need. Don't be so much consumed about what you see on the internet and in the news and all that stuff. The community will tell you what they need, and just work for the community and listen to the community, and you'll go far. And then just be yourself, be honest, and don't worry, don't be afraid.
I like that. What is your overall why? I ask all of my guests who come in here to speak with me, I always ask them, what's your overall why? Your why as it relates to the work that you do in the community, the work that you do as a healthcare professional, and the work that you do once you get elected into office. What is Bernard Taylor's why?
I don't know, man. I guess I was born as an empathetic person, and I really take upon the feelings of those around me, and I just want everybody around me to be doing good. Just everybody
Mhm,
around me to be doing better. You know what I'm saying? I
mhm,
want to do what I can to make sure I'm being that person to help make things better, whether it's in my profession in the back of the rescue or if it's out here trying to run for Congress. And again, I just want to help make things better for the people around me, and
right.
that's what I do. It.
That's great. Wow. So before we end it off, how can we help your journey? Where can we go to help Bernard Taylor get elected?
Well, make sure you following me here. Make sure you following me on my congressional pages. Everywhere it's the same. It's Bernard Taylor for Congress across all social media. So wherever your favorite social media site is, you make sure you
Mhm.
following me there. You can go to my website. It's bernardtaylorforcongress.org. If you want to donate, please, every dollar counts. So instead of getting that Powerball ticket tonight, shoot your boy $2 and put it in the donation basket. But other than that, man, especially if you're in the area in Florida, or even if you aren't, if you go to my website, you can sign up to volunteer if you want to make phone calls, phone banking, all that stuff, man. It's going to be a grassroots effort. So
Mhm.
I'm not accepting any money from these big corporations or these big super PACs. It's strictly a grassroots movement. So whatever I get from the people, however much support I get from the people, that's what I'm going to use, and we're going to try to take it over from there. So thank you all in advance, and thank you all who have already donated. It's very much appreciated.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, for those of you who are joining in, this was Office Hours with Dr. Johnson, and I interviewed today Mr. Bernard Taylor. We discussed his educational and professional background. We discussed his work as a first responder, a firefighter. We also went over what made him decide to run for office and the change that he wants to evoke within his community overall. And then he shared where you guys can continue to support him to get him elected. So once again, any last takeaways, anything you want to share before you go with the people that you have here, the 30 people that we have on this live, any last minute words you want to share with them? Let's get Bernard Taylor elected. Anything last you want to share?
Yes, appreciate you for having me on. To all of you guys who have been supporting me over the years, it's very much appreciated. Trust me, I would not be where I am if it wasn't for you guys. So every like, every comment, I look at it all. So I very much appreciate it. Even if I don't respond to all of them, trust me, I see them. So thank you. I really, really am very humbled by all the support that I get. My only advice and the thing I try to tell everybody is you in this content game, if you're trying to make content, just do it. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just get out here, start working on your craft, start posting, and eventually it'll take off. Don't be discouraged. At the end of the day, I didn't think I was going to be where I am, and here I am. So
Right.
if you're thinking about hitting this content journey, just don't give up. Get started and go from there.
And be consistent. I like that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Taylor, thank you so much for taking the time to step into office hours with Dr. Johnson. I appreciate you, and everyone in the chat appreciates you too. And they're saying, please support him. We need him in office. So thank you so much. Let me drop you off so you can keep your points. Okay. Have a good night, sir.
Hey, man, thank you.
So once again, you all, that was office hours. Just a quick office hours with Dr. Johnson on a Saturday. Like I said, I was bringing it back to healthcare. We're going to be discussing having conversations with a variety of people, but I know right now he is running for office, and that's important. And I'm big on sharing what's going on in our communities, and it's big for me because I'm in Florida. I'm a Florida native myself too. So once I saw that he was running for office, I was like, I need to speak with him, and I need to continue sharing out the content that he is putting out as it relates to his congressional run. So we discussed, I just want to go over it one more time with my notes. We discussed his educational professional background. We discussed what he enjoys most about working in healthcare as a firefighter. And also we were having conversations about being a professional pivoter. And he said that with his acquired professional skills, he would pivot over into nursing. And I know a lot of firefighters or paramedics who have transitioned over into nursing once they wanted to pivot into a new career. And I think somebody in the chat said that they had their students who were firefighters transition over and go into medical school. So the sky is the limit here. Once again, thank you so much for joining Office Hours with Dr. Johnson on a Saturday. This wasn't going to be a long one. This was a brief, quick one, straight to the point, straight to the facts, straight to the information. So everyone, thank you for joining. Have a good night. Thank you, Dr. Sophia. Thank you.